Hello friends, welcome back to our channel. So in today's video, we'll be looking at the weather condition which will going to prevail over the Indian subcontinent and topics in general in next 7 to 15 days. So let's get started with the today's satellite image, which will show us the current status of the weather events. So as we can see that over Indian region, there are very limited cloud activity, mostly confined to the southern part of India, which are mostly cirrus cloud. And they are associated with this gigantic intertropical convergence zone, which is starting from the from the Africa, Southern Africa to the Australia and Southern Pacific. So this is the typical intertropical convergence zone, which usually forms when the cold air from the northern hemisphere meets the warm air from the southern hemisphere. So it starts. So this cold air from the northern regions of India moves southwards and reaches over the Australian region, and which converges here and actually manifests as the monsoon over the Australian region. So this is what the typical what to say, the typical uh, monsoon of the southern hemisphere. So this is these winds which moves from here and collides with these winds, and this confluence zone actually manifests as the monsoon. So this is also uh, can be attributed as the ITCZ. Now, what is the extent of this system? So it is not just limited to the uh, it is not limited to what we are seeing here only. If in fact, if we look at the entire globe, we will see some interesting picture. So let's zoom it out. Let's zoom out it, and you will see that it is this ITCZ, which is so-called intertropical convergence zone, actually starts over the Southern America, and then it extend up to from via Southern Africa through the Indian Ocean up to the Southern Pacific. So this is the typical activity region of this system. So that is how this system actually evolves. So this is the activity region of this system. Uh, and gradually as this box moves northwards, it manifests as the Indian monsoon. So suppose in the northern hemispheric summer it moves northwards, which manifests as the Indian monsoon. So currently, most of the activity of this system are actually in the southern hemisphere, uh, which is the typical behavior of the winter monsoons. Now, what we can now let's look at the wind pattern, how they are unfolding. So currently, let's move a little bit higher, around 900 meter. So you can clearly see that this is the typical monsoon winds over the Australian region, which is converging over just southern Indian Ocean, north of the Australian coast, and they are manifesting as these systems. And you see, these are the systems which forms within the confluence. John, that is also, and we can clearly see this uh, south cross equatorial flow, which is starting from the India and moving outwards along the anticyclone and finally meeting the Australian uh, uh, region and southern uh, Indian Ocean. So this is the typical behavior of the winds over the Indian region as of now. As far as the state of the western disturbance is concerned, if you look at the wind at higher levels, which is in fact are 400 hectopascal winds, we will note that these winds are mostly confined, mostly westerlies, and there is not much meandering of this jet, which signifies the absence of any western disturbance. And we can expect one dip which will move from the Middle East towards the India around 3 and 4 of February. But the intensity of this trough or the western disturbance likely to remain very weak, and and it will going to just give little light rainfall over the Indian subcontinent. Part of India, northern India, may experience some rainfall, but the intensity of it was not as expected by the previous model runs. So yeah, this is the significant activity we would say over the northern part of India. Apart from that, after 6th of February, there is nothing significant, and I mean there is no significant weather activity as such. Around 10th, the one more western disturbance will come 10 and 11. Again, it will impact the northern regions of India alone. So we can expect at least the next 2 weeks are going to be little silent apart from the 3 to 5th of February event. So let's wait for some thing exciting to happen. Otherwise, we all weather enthusiasts will be jobless. So hopefully something will come and then we will get busy again. Thank you very much for watching and take care. Till then, take care and goodbye.